What's going on, guys? Philip here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be reviewing the Yonex vcore Tour F93. Starting off with the specs, the racket comes unstrung at 310 grams with a 1621 string pattern. Bit of an odd string pattern, but it works. A head size of 93 square inches. So just purely from the spec point, this racket is really suited to an advanced, aggressive player. My racket was strung with Solinco Hyper G, and I added a shit ton of lead tape. Okay, this racket without the lead tape, I felt like it was under-spec'd. It was, for a 93 that was meant to be aggressive, it just didn't have enough weight behind it. However, once I added a lot of lead tape, oh my god, this thing was a menace to society. This thing was beautiful. It was so powerful. So I basically looped the whole hoop with lead tape, and it went from 335 grams to about 355. So I added a lot of swing weight and a lot of stability to the racket, but it helped it. So getting right into the feel of the racket was beautiful. The racket, you have confidence. The feel was crisp and plush. This can vary due to strings, but this was my experience. It was crisp, plush, and very effortless. So for this reason, on the feel side, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Honestly, very impressed with this spec. Next up, I'm gonna talk about the control to power ratio and kind of how I saw it. So, of course, I modified it with the lead I added, but honestly, there was a lot of control. And this is what people come to this racket for. You've got the 1621 string pattern, which really keeps the ball low. It doesn't launch up and soar. And it's a 93 square inch head, so it really benefits from driving and not playing overly loopy. On the power side, not very much for free. The racket is not meant to give you power. It's you who gives the racket power. It's your transfer, it's your hip opening, it's your step through the ball. So, very low power, very good control. Control powerish, definitely more control oriented, but it works for the racket. Next up, I'm going to talk about the forehand side, probably my second favorite part of this racket. The control that you could hit with this forehand and the ability to vary your spins and just mess with your opponent, it was really something to behold. Very, very good racket for dominating points with your forehand. Although, you don't like to be in a defensive position with this racket. It's very good for the aggressive forehand. It's really if you're playing matches, you want to keep it honestly 2 to 6 balls. You can do more, but that's the ideal range. So off the forehand wing, I'm giving the racket 9 out of 10. Very happy with this. Next up is my backhand. The backhand, how it felt on this racket. The backhand was probably my highlight with this racket. The ability to just drive the ball with a low topspin and just arc it in at the line. God, it was beautiful. Backhands were solid and confident. If you had your feet behind the ball, your backhand was your best friend. This was highlight. On the backhands, 9.5 out of 10. Super good. Slices were a similar story. Backhand slice, just driving the ball aggressively, worked very well. You could keep the ball low and in. Very nice. So 7 out of 10 on the backhand slice. Forehand slice was very good for picking yourself out of sticky situations. Your opponent hits a really nice cross-court forehand and you're pulled out wide, you can just slice the ball and get it in and just, save yourself in the rally. So forehand slice as well, 6 out of 10. Very good. Less reliable, but still amazing. Now, for serve and match play, the racket did phenomenally. This mostly boiled down to the ability to change direction with this racket. So, off return of serve, you just kind of get it in, right? That worked really well. Returns, 7 out of 10. But on the serves, and the serve plus 1, you hit your serve and then the first ball afterwards. That was my favorite part about this racket, I'd say, after the backhand, of course. You could serve it, first off, you could spot serve very well, slice, kick, flat, it all worked. But it was really easy. I think because of the small head size, to pick a spot on the court and really, you could pick up a spot really well. And so that combination, like if you get like a weak ball, you can really just drive it to the other corner. If you have a faster opponent, you can get to the same corner. You have freedom to choose with this racket. Like the directional control is just beautiful. So the Yonex vcore Tour F93 is really tailored to the advanced player or anybody who likes classical rackets. It's got very good feel, and honestly, sometimes the feel is just super addicting. So an advanced player with full cuts of the ball who moves their feet will be best with this racket, and who's very aggressive, knows how to change direction with confidence, is who this racket will suit. As always, thank you for watching. Leave a like for more content in the future, and I hope you guys have a good day.